Hello everybody, welcome back to the second channel, also known as the iNabber Live channel. You're probably wondering where I've been. You're probably also not, because you're probably just here for the topic of today's video. And if you're wondering why I've got a plaster here and a plaster here, basically I was in a fight, a big old fight. No, I fell over in the shower. It wasn't fun. It's very embarrassing, but hello. If you want to join us over here on these streams where we speak about topics live, everybody's in the chat right there saying hello, and you can be one of those people. It's great, it's fun. On twitch.tv/iNabber, you can come join. But in today's video, we're going to be speaking about David Dobrik. Now, chat, I haven't spoken about David Dobrik for a while. I did an hour-long video about the entire situation involving David quite a while ago, and I haven't really spoken about it since. Now, David has come back onto YouTube, pretty much making a complete resurgence.
Hey guys,
like,
David.
Arguably as popular as he's ever been. Like 8 million views, 7.6 million views, 7.3 million views. And obviously, I'm not going to go into the specifics of the situation. I think we all know about what happened in there. A big I guess defender, friend, enabler of David Dobrik has recently come out saying that he lost all respect for David Dobrik. And I've personally just got to ask the question of, Jeff, why did it take so long? Why have we taken so long to get to this point? And, you know, obviously, maybe that's a little bit unfair, because sometimes when you do have such a committed friendship to somebody, you may get blind loyalty, and you may accidentally just, I guess, not realize how terrible of a person somebody can be. And I've been a pretty regular critic of David Dobrik, and I'm going to read some of this headline. Jeff Wittek came out speaking about an injury he received. He gets injured. I'm pretty sure a crane actually hits into him, and I think this was for a David Dobrik video. It says, in June 2020, Dobrik was planning his grand return to YouTube and filmed a bunch of crazy content that he knew his fans would love. This resulted in him turning Wittek onto an excavation crane, eventually hitting him on the side of the machinery. Jeff filmed a series of videos about it, including his hospital visit, with the surgery continued to this day. Basically, he got a very bad injury, and now Jeff Wittek has come out saying that David Dobrik's basically a fake friend, and there was a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to play a few clips for us here.
To see if you're okay.
Nope, not a text or nothing. Not surprised, you know? It is what it is, but I'm done being fake friends with that motherfucker.
It's like Squidward, and you're like,
So
I genuinely feel bad. I mean, this guy is loyal. I would say loyal to a fault, right? Because he's like this, like, hey, I'm a criminal. We don't snitch on nobody. He's playing up his stuff so he can't recall to the police. But anyway, I genuinely feel bad for him because he's like loyal to a fault to David. David doesn't give a shit about him, and he finally realized that he was used. He was almost, and the guy, he can't even check up on him. He has lifelong injuries. He's just such a piece.
Yeah, so basically what happened here is David seemingly just completely, I guess, like, cut off Jeff Wittek. Hello, I just want to interrupt and say 50% of you answer, actually, no. I know for a fact you have seen this little spiel in every single YouTube video. So what I'm going to say is we don't care about the whole 50% not subscribed thing. I just want to say subscribe to the YouTube channel. This isn't a question. This isn't a request. This is a demand. If you don't subscribe to this YouTube channel right now, then well, I can't actually give a threat because YouTube will probably take this video down, but you've got to subscribe. Just click it right now, like the video, and comment beans, and then maybe even follow my Twitch, but we don't care about that right now. You're going to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Back to the actual regular video. I found an article earlier, actually. Let me just try and get it up for a second about how Jeff Wittek has been completely cut off from the vlog squad. One sec. This came out in early 2021 about David Dobrik abandoned Jeff Wittek
about his terrifying
a near-death incident. And, you know, I'm not really shocked by this, given the fact of what David Dobrik got exposed for back in, I don't know, it must have been early 2021, late 2020. I'm really not shocked by this. As H3 was saying in his previous clip, like, yeah, he had blind loyalty to the guy, and whether we can criticize him for that, given the nature of the things that happened in the situation with David, it is a little bit crazy that David just outright abandoned his friend. Now, there may be more to this story. Again, you know, it's not all out there, and there has been some other things, like Jeff Wittek has been putting on posts just mocking David Dobrik for his hairline. David just can't make the right decisions in life. It's not hard, bro. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And the whole thing with David Dobrik. Now, I'm not going to go around throwing around the whole time the sociopath. I feel like this is a thing which we have kind of moved on for in the world of YouTube. But with David, I can kind of understand why a lot of people do consider a man to be a sociopath. I mean, even in my video about him being similar to Jake Paul, which I brought up previously. There are a lot of traits of David Dobrik and Jake Paul being pretty much the same person, but David Dobrik is a little bit more careful with his brand. And to be honest with you, I'd argue that Jake Paul is more genuine nowadays than David Dobrik is at all. I think right now we do get who Jake really is as a person, and whether you like that or not, that's up to you to decide. But I think nowadays he's way more real, and I'd argue David Dobrik is arguably much worse, just based on the fact that he is completely fake and runs this, as H3 said, I guess somewhat of it seems like a bit of a crime group. I don't know if that sounds a bit over the top, but it definitely seems like somewhat of, I guess, a criminal group of where they don't snitch on each other. If something bad happens, they cover it up, especially with the things that happened last year with Dirty Dom. I mean, I don't need to go into specifics. We can kind of get where I'm going with that. Then Jeff made some more tweets. Looks like he's sponsored again. Congrats, you bald eagle. Now, I don't really get the need of this. Like, to be honest with you, I get he's frustrated and upset, and this isn't like the worst thing in the world, but as a man who doesn't exactly have, the greatest of hairlines, this is incredibly offensive to me, Jeff Wittek, and I am going to cancel you. No, but seriously, I don't really think there's any need for this. Don't get mad at me for saying that, but I always think when it comes to the attack on looks, no matter who it is always a little bit of a shitty way to go about criticizing somebody, because ultimately people share familiar traits, and I guess insulting somebody's weight, for example, or their hairline, it's like other people deal with those same issues, and by you kind of demonizing their looks, you're also upsetting a lot of other people that share those familiar traits, and that might sound a little bit like a reach. Honestly, when people shit, back when I was a larger man, I definitely used to get upset by, I guess, people fat shaming other people, because it made me feel, well, I'm a big dude, and why is this a reason to attack somebody? Am I being reasonable here, chat? Criticizing something they can change, not something they can't. Exactly. Although, if any hairline company wants to reach out, you're more than welcome. No, I'm joking. If we wouldn't mock Jeff for his eye, we shouldn't mock David for his hairline. Exactly. It's not a reach. What we say matters. I completely agree with you, especially when you're somebody of influence. People forget Jake Paul's SA'd somebody. I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe I didn't know about that. I'm just going off what I know in this. Attack on looks are shallow and rude. Sometimes it's funny when it's not serious. And then there were basically some more tweets that came out where it says, I'm no longer part of the roast of Bryce Hall. My entire set will be cut due to censorship and David Dobrik being involved. I refuse to be a part of anything that scumbag is involved in from here on out. And yeah, I don't really know when Jeff Wittek was last in a Vlog Squad video. If anybody in the chat can confirm how long Jeff's been out for, because yeah, as I said earlier, I can understand some people will be very critical of why did he remain friends with him, especially after the situation. I can get it. Blind loyalty is a thing, especially in this industry, but yeah, somebody said, in all honesty, why would the whole situation with anyone else be anyone else's fault but yours, Jeff? No one made you get on the crane. We make our own choices, and it sure seems like you made a choice to do what you did. Not hating, just laying it out straightforward. In honesty, that's some bizarre logic. That's like, well, to be honest with you, when it comes to these Vlog Squad videos, now I'm not going to say this is for a fact, but how I think these videos go down is very much, you get in these videos if you do what David Dobrik tells you to do. I believe Big Nick kind of got phased out of the Vlog Squad after, I guess, he started to get more upset with the jokes made about him, the bullying and stuff like that. And it does very much seem to me that with the Vlog Squad, to get involved heavily, you have to be willing to embarrass yourself, to do horrible things, to put yourself in situations which you wouldn't necessarily want to put yourself in, all in the name of clout. And I definitely think that is what it is with the Jeff Wittek thing here. I imagine that a lot of it is planned, and I'm not saying that's 100% what it is as a fact. This is more just me speculating, specifically based on what other people in the Vlog Squad who have left it now had to say. I don't really think this is fair, but even if it was fair, and even if it was completely Jeff's fault, the fact that David Dobrik just doesn't want to speak to him anymore, or include him, or even contact him when he's in hospital, is a dick thing to do, When your friends go to hospital, you typically should get involved, and you should, send them a message. Well, not get involved, but, be like, hey man, I hope you're doing well, I hope the recovery goes soon, and basically based on what Jeff Wittek has said, it very much seems like David hasn't got involved at all, has kind of moved away completely, and it seems he's very upset by this. And again, it is just another story of David Dobrik betraying his friends, or just at least cutting people off who are no longer of use to him. I mean, there's this insider article here, which, I mean, by the way, if you're new to these things, I just want to say, these aren't going to be the most research. If you want proper research, we do that on the main channel. So this says, David Dobrik's former friend Jeff Wittek is lashing out at the YouTube star, calling him a scumbag. Wittek has called him a fake friend and suggested he no longer wants to be associated with him. After much speculation, Wittek revealed the reason for his comments, says that he believed David Dobrik was planning to release a documentary that blamed Wittek for an accident that occurred in June 2020 whilst Wittek swung from a crane. Wittek appeared to unfollow David Dobrik on February the 21st. Later that day, he said he's done with him. And yeah, it does just seem that they've completely just severed ties, and I can't imagine that there's going to be anything. But David Dobrik does apparently have an upcoming documentary, and I feel like we will see more in that. There'll probably be more exposed truth, and I think a lot of people will then jump on the side of David. But yeah, I think on this part, you can say, even if it wasn't David Dobrik's fault, he's a dick for not checking up on his friend. I think you should always check up on your friends, especially when they go through some traumatic experiences, you know? What do you think, chat? David even forgot to pay a medical bill for Jeff. Yeah, I'm not too sure on the specifics of that, but yeah, if that's true, that's also a terrible thing. Who thought that a crane? Well, the thing is with David's videos, I can understand that they are crazy and the content is meant to be mental, but if you're going to be putting your friends at risk, even if they do silly things, David Dobrik needs to realize this is still his responsibility. If somebody jumps on that crane, even if it isn't planned, it's his responsibility because it's his video and he is planning these big crazy things, and he needs to make sure that if he's doing these like scripted, planned, crazy events, he needs to make sure that there are the right safety regulations involved, there are the right people there to make sure stupid things like this don't happen, and to make sure people don't get injured. And if they do get injured, yeah, he should cover their medical bills, and I hope he still is, but based on what I'm hearing, I'm not too sure that's the case, and if so, that's horrible, and it's just in general horrible that he didn't check up on his friend. A documentary to see his fans stay strong, he's kind of sus. The thing is, Corinna said it was unsafe before, and then Jeff jumped on, and David should have known it was unsafe. Yeah, to me, it definitely seems like there was a case of really bad organization skills here, and it's another case of, as somebody in the chat just said, David not being a real friend. I mean, it's not really a breaking news story. I don't think I'm breaking any grounds in this by saying, yeah, David Dobrik is a shitty person. I'm very much in the case, in the group of people that I'm not a fan of David. I've never really, I guess, loved his videos. I have definitely watched quite a few of them, but I've always thought the whole thing does seem like a bit of a facade. It definitely seems that it very much is performative, a lot of the things in there, and it very much seems that a lot of the people in the Vlog Squad are certainly not friends, especially given the fact that so many people have quit the Vlog Squad, been kicked out of the Vlog Squad, and just said how terrible it is. Even people that I don't necessarily agree with, like Trisha Paytas and Gabby Hanna, they've aired their bad experiences of the Vlog Squad, and to be honest with you, I actually do believe them. And I feel like over the next few years, as David, I guess, becomes less relevant, we'll probably hear worse and worse stories about the Vlog Squad, and this is just another case of that, and I'm sure it's going to develop, and if you want me to cover it, I will do so. But that is the ending of this clip. Thank you very much for coming along. I don't really think there's more I can say, and I will continue to update on this channel with further things that come out about this story. But yeah, thanks for coming along. Please subscribe, and please like this video. Everybody's going to say, but hello, Beast the Beast. Everyone say hi to Beast the Beast in the chat. How you doing, man? But yeah, thanks for coming along, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Please comment beans below, like this video, and please follow me on twitch.tv/iNabber. Bye-bye.